What's up, everyone, and welcome to today's dev blog. So, as you can tell by the title, the official name of Into the Flames VR is now Into the Flames Working Alarm. So, the reason I changed it is because I didn't want people associating Into the Flames VR as just a VR version of the regular Into the Flames. There's a lot of different content coming with it. At the same time, it is going to have quite a few differences from the regular Into the Flames. Since VR is a smaller market, I am streamlining quite a few things and making a lot of things easier and even more arcadey than ITF. The ITF updates are going to continue going forward. There's a lot of improvements I plan on making to that game. There's a lot of free updates coming, a lot of download content, stuff like that. So now we're going to talk about ITF Working Alarm. So what you're seeing right now is my test pawn that I have, so I don't have to always test in VR. As of right now, there's no standard way to play it. It's VR only, but this allows me to test things pretty quickly. So I'll probably have my first actual gameplay of ITFWA soon, probably within the next month or so, with a trailer that'll probably come out before. The first gameplay, I'll probably have me driving around, which does work in VR now. I did get that set up today. And then I'll show the process of hooking up to a hydrant, getting water. Some key differences, for instance, is like the pumping on this game instead of being super complicated. Well, I wouldn't say super complicated, but to streamline it even further, it's 3 buttons. It's going to be tank to pump, tank fill, and water on for all your discharges to work. There will be water levels, but it'll have like water intake, and it'll be like a couple different colors, and then water output a couple different colors, and you just gotta match up the colors. So there's no pressures or anything crazy. So um, yeah. So some cool things about the game. So it's gonna have a little bit less content than Into the Flames. However, everything's gonna be more in depth. So while it's not as wide, it's deeper. So for instance, when you approach the trucks now, doors actually open. Now in VR, the cool thing is, so when I walk up here, this compartment opens. I don't have to worry about pulling or anything clunky. It opens. I can look whatever tool I want on whatever shelf. I grab it, and that's my tool. So trucks have a limited amount of tools now. So if I grab, let's say, a fan or Halligan or something out of this compartment, it's gone. It's in use. The moment I drop it, it returns back to the truck. At least for now. I may have a return tool button. Maybe actually allow players to drop tools wherever. Not looking for feedback yet until later on, but that's kind of like the gist of it. There will be compartments in the rear, so you would come back here to get your ladders and stuff out. As you can see, it's still kind of. Can I catch up to the truck in time? Yeah. There's something cool. Get in here real quick. That's the truck. Oh, I can't get out of the truck. All right. So there's a brand new suspension model and everything with this new vehicle plugin we're using. It's made by my same dev, Bacon. He did a lot of upgrades. You can kind of see it here. See if I can run it. You can kind of see how the whole cab shifts. Suspension's pretty much completely redone. Driving feels a million times better. It actually feels like the trucks are sticking to the road. Now, it's not possible to bring these improvements back to the previous game due to how many changes there are, on top of this being Unreal Engine 5. Into the Flames is pretty much next to impossible for us to port to UE5 only because of how small of a studio we are. But this game and future games will be having the improved driving physics and stuff. So cool thing. So if you're in VR, you get in here, you hop in, you'll be able to hit buttons and stuff, turn the power on. I haven't fully fleshed everything out yet, but I'd like to have different versions of the driving as well. So like you can control it with the thumbstick if you don't want to grab the wheel, or be able to grab the wheel and turn it yourself. So you'll be able to ride in the back. Currently, the game's probably going to be between 4 to 8 players at a time. It could end up being a maximum of 4 players. I don't know yet. It depends on how the optimization stuff goes. But each truck will have 4 spots to sit in. So we can head over to the main map now. I can take a spin run on this real quick, I guess. You guys can see the shifting. I can't really control the camera because we're not in VR, but it handles a lot better. It's a lot stickier to the ground and just feels great overall. So go ahead and exit this, and then I'm going to go to free roam. And we'll take a quick look at the map and kind of where the map's headed and talk about future content. Alright, we're good map open. Alright, so this map is aimed to be kind of like a small Midwest town. It's far from being finished. We kind of got a neighborhood here. Some alleyways. This is just us blocking things out. Got like a apartment building type thing. Stairwells. This would be where the fire station is located. There could be up to 2 on this map. I'm not really sure. Might just do 1. I don't know. But this whole area is gonna be filled with buildings when I'm done. This area, and then there'll be like industrial areas and a little bit of everything. There's gonna be a lake over here, some farming stuff, probably some outlier buildings as well. So the map isn't going to be anywhere near as big as Into the Flames. This is because it's in VR, so I got to make sure everything's optimized. It's going to be smooth. There'll probably be multiple maps at launch, and maybe more maps added over time. We don't really have everything fully planned out yet, but everything's progressing pretty smooth. Testing starts next month. All active Patreon users at that time will be giving a code to test. Now, here's $20 and over will get a permanent code to the VR game, so they own it forever. However, if you're under the $20, you just get a testing code, and then once the testing's up, it gets revoked. Then you no longer have access unless you buy it or unless you upgrade your tiers and stuff. So, the game's price is looking to probably be $24.99, but still not set in stone. This is once again because it's a smaller market. The game is going to be more in depth than Into the Flames. Some examples of that. So, like for these houses, if you go to a fire, there'll be utilities and stuff. You'll be able to actually twist and turn the gas shut off. Go inside, find the electrical breaker box. You'll be able to flip off the breakers. Fire alarms, you'll be able to reset them by pressing buttons and stuff. There won't just be fires. There'll be other calls. I'll get into that later on. Maybe more calls over time. So the truck selection, currently I'm looking at probably around 6 to 8 at launch. The trucks, there's gonna be less than Into the Flames because the trucks are more in depth. There's a lot more to do on the trucks, a lot more stuff to set up. So it's very, very small group. So hopefully I can show off this truck being finished in the near future. And I'm also excited to drive a tiller in VR, and I hope you guys are too. So I'll get more into this game when it gets further along. A lot of developers don't show off stuff this early. This is like pre-alpha. Like we're still kind of blocking out and still kind of planning the main game. There will be a campaign mode. There will be missions. There will be upgrades. There will be XP. There's all kinds of stuff coming. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and thank you. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, subscribe to Patreon, check out our merch, which is in the description below. And I hope you guys are excited for Into the Flames Working Alarm. Have a great night.